फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Next. I'm Surama Kaushik. It's time for the third ODI between India and South Africa. We'll talk about the toss and other things in detail here. And for that, I have with me Chetan Narula, Taus Rizvi, and JV Alter. Welcome, gentlemen. Today is a good day for Rajat Patidar. He's got his ODI cap. It's his debut day today. But first up, South Africa have won the toss and they have opted to field first. Jamie, how do you see this decision given that the series is 1-1 right now and today is the series decider?
Yeah, I think it speaks about the conditions and also South Africa's confidence. You know, they got India for what? 2-11 I think in the last match, and then they knocked it off with a lot of overs spared. So obviously जब आपने एक मैच जीता वो भी बड़े margin से, and South African teams overall they do like to chase. So I'm not surprised. I don't know off the top of my head what the average score is at Paarl. I don't think too many matches have happened there. It's one of those venues which are not one of their main venues. So, but overall, I think it just speaks of South Africa's confidence. India's batting was not really tested in the first match because the target was just 117. और दूसरे मैच में बैटिंग तो बहुत बहुत खराब रही. तो good for them. Let's hope for a good match because again in this IPL auction and then T20 World Cup looming, no one's really caring about one day. So from that angle, let's just hope that we get a good match.
Yeah, everybody is hoping for a good match because if we see both the teams, they're trying out new players, they're trying out youngsters. In the last match, we saw how Rinku Singh got his ODI cap. This time, we're seeing how Rajat Patidar is getting one. Dizorzi, who made a century in the last match, is that one name that we didn't hear of. So, Chetan, how do you see this series? You know, now everybody knows that there is no big relevance of this series because we know T20 World Cup is coming up next. You know, we don't have any big ODI tournament, but it seems that both the teams are just trying out new players so that they can get a sense of how these players are batting in different conditions and all. So overall, how do you see both the teams?
Look, I wouldn't say that this series doesn't have any relevance in that sense क्योंकि आपको 4 साल बाद एक ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप खेलने को मिलेगा. उससे पहले चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है. सो एंड आपने कोई आईसीसी ट्रॉफी नहीं जीती है. लेट मी रिमाइंड पीपल 10-0 के बाद कोई ट्रॉफी नहीं मिलती है. फाइनल पहुंचने के लिए सिर्फ रनर्स अप ट्रॉफी मिलती है. So we haven't really won anything. I don't think we'll win in 24 as well. जैसे चल रहा था सब कुछ. So you have to try new players. We don't know what the futures are for Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, a lot of players actually. So, so I don't think it's irrelevant per se, but yeah, I mean, context thoda kam hai, क्योंकि there's no really point. I think giving individual players some sort of playing time that's important from one particular end. ये बात हमने पहले भी की थी. श्रीनिवास राव भी थे हमारे साथ शो पे कि maybe the bilateral tours need to become more relevant in terms of the context. For example, अगर यहाँ पे 5 या 7 मैच की T20 सीरीज हो जाती, maybe that would have provided a little more context. The upcoming T20 World Cup, this ODI series would have been played later in December 26, just ahead of the 27 ODI World Cup. So there are many things that that can impact in FTP, give it a more structured look. तो totally irrelevant नहीं है. अगर मैं कुछ players के नाम लूं जो नए players आए हैं, तिलक वर्मा, जायसवाल, गायकवाड़, रिंकू सिंह, maybe Arshdeep, maybe these guys will be in the running for the 27 ODI World Cup. And if these guys are not in the running for 27 ODI World Cup, तो हम वो World Cup भी नहीं जीतने वाले. So from that perspective, they're getting an outing, although 4 years earlier, but they're still getting an outing. So,
Yeah.
Not irrelevant, but lacking in context.
Okay. So as I already mentioned, that this series and the two matches that we saw earlier, we can clearly see that both the teams are giving players a chance to play in this series, and rightly so. Taus, in today's match, Rajat Patidar will be seen. Ruturaj Gaikwad isn't playing today because of some finger injury, as KL Rahul mentioned. So we'll see Rajat Patidar, and another change that Yuzvendra Chahal will be seen in today's match in place of Kuldeep. How do you see these two changes, Taus?
Interesting changes. I mean, Ruturaj Gaikwad has been in like decent form, but then finger injury forcing him out of the series. I mean, major nahi hai, but a good opportunity for Rajat Patidar, who's only getting older by the day, every day. So, Yuzvendra Chahal again, like 2027, we were talking about the relevancy of this series. I mean, this should have been really, I mean, a big series, at least 4 5 ODIs का या at least 3 4 20 T20s का. अब तीन तो ऑलरेडी है, 4 या 5 T20s का. तो आप बिल्डअप में क्या क्या फोकस कर रहे हैं, कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आप किस तरह से विजन लेके जा रहे हैं. तो क्लैरिटी उसमें नहीं दिख रही है, बट देन इट्स लुकिंग लाइक वी आर प्लेइंग फोर्सफुली. So it's more of opportunities for these guys like Rajat Patidar, or maybe if he can make any kind of impression to continue like having 2025 Champions Trophy coming up next year. So it's important in that aspect. हर ओडीआई या हर देखेंगे सीरीज बायलैटरल, कंसिडरिंग इतना ज्यादा एक्साइटिंग नहीं होता, इतना बज नहीं होता जिस तरह से आपका एटलीस्ट आईपीएल ऑक्शन का बज था. उसके बीच में भी मैच चल रहा था, मगर पीपल वर टॉकिंग
Yeah.
अबाउट मोर द ऑक्शन. सो
Yeah.
doesn't make it really cool, worth watchable. But then ठीक है, अब क्रिकेट है और इंडियन क्रिकेट को फॉलो करते हैं लोग. तो आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर दीज गाइस, स्पेशली दिस गाय युजवेंद्र चहल. एंड ही इज बीन डिनाइड अ लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज, कभी हाँ कभी ना, कभी T20 में ले रहे हो या नहीं ले रहे हो. ओडीआई क्रिकेट में आ गए, आप वर्ल्ड कप में नहीं थे, वर्ल्ड कप में कुलदीप यादव थे. तो वो एक कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टर तो ये रहेगा, पर एटलीस्ट ये मौका मिला है युजवेंद्र चहल को यार. नाउ ही कैन लुक यार, मुझे वर्ल्ड कप में नहीं मिला चांस, तो क्या मुझे चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में मिलेगा. बट द लास्ट मैच है, लास्ट मैच में कितना क्या कर ले गए, क्या कर लेंगे दोनों.
But he's not playing, na. But he's not played. So this is why I'm saying, Tausbhai, this is an actually inconsequential series. You call back Chahal, you've not played him. You took Shreyas Iyer there after one match. Oh, he's going to go prep for this, right? The moment Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, these guys come back, these guys will sit on the bench for the next 2 years. So I just, it's more it's an FTP obligation. You have to go. I mean, you're opening with Sanju Samson. I think Chetan will have to agree that this is an utterly inconsequential series. What do you have to gain? Rajat Patidar would say, "Nahi, bhai, mujhe mauka mila hai." Samson would say, "I'm getting." But look at the bigger picture, right? Half these guys are not going to be around the next time India play one days. So for me, I'll have to disagree. This is a very inconsequential one-day series, highlighted by the fact that you kept Chahal out and you're opening with Sanju Samson. Opening inconsequential series.
Absolutely.
Plus, one more thing, Jamie. In this match, we're seeing Chahal. We didn't see him in the last two matches. If you wanted to,
He's not playing. Where are you seeing him? He's not playing. उनका नाम नहीं है 11 में.
No, we saw.
हाँ नहीं है.
Like right now, what I can see, I got a notification. Well, there might be some mistake out there because wait,
That's why I'm saying there's no point. There's no point bringing back Chahal and not playing him for 3 matches. No one really cares about this series. That's what I'm saying.
No,
But
but Kuldeep Yadav is
what
also
that
not.
KL Rahul?
Kuldeep Yadav is also not playing.
Washington Sundar's come back.
No,
Chahal is not
what
playing.
KL Rahul- What I
KL
heard,
Rahul doesn't. KL Rahul didn't remember who is playing and who's not playing.
Exactly, because what I heard from KL Rahul.
One more example why he should not be made a captain, and underlines my point about this being an utterly pointless series. When the captain once again cannot remember who he's picked. Disaster.
Because KL Rahul rightly mentioned there. I mean, he was saying all these things with total confidence that Rajat Patidar will be playing and Chahal will be playing. Kuldeep won't be there. Okay.
Washington Sundar is playing for Kuldeep, not Chahal. Kuldeep is not playing; he's been rested, but not Chahal. Sundar is coming. So
Sundar is coming in. Yes.
yeah.
This seems that okay. There is total chaos. Even KL Rahul didn't remember who's playing, who's not playing.
Because even these players don't want to be there. That's what I've been saying for the last 10 days. No one wants to play this series. It's an obligation for the FTP. They're just going through the motions.
But isn't it embarrassing, Jamie, that being a captain?
Like Chetan said, it's been 10 years. What is more embarrassing, not winning a trophy for 10 years or KL Rahul not knowing what's going on? Like Chetan said, क्या उखाड़ा आपने पिछले 10 साल में? So Indian cricket is embarrassing. Forget KL Rahul for getting the lineup, yeah?
Right. But yeah, Ravi Shankar has a good question there. Chetan, why Chahal is not playing?
मुझे क्या मालूम है Like,
मतलब
ये
possible
ये क्या- ये
reasons आप
कोई
बता
लॉजिक नहीं है
दीजिए.
कि नहीं ये कोई लॉजिक नहीं है
Possible
he's been
reasons
picked
बता
so he
दीजिए
should
आप.
play. मतलब he's not सचिन तेंदुलकर का रिस्ट स्पिनिंग अवतार कि उसको हर मैच खिलाना है if
No,
you've
no.
been picked.
That might
ये
be
कोई
his
लॉजिक
point
नहीं
of view ना, वो उनका point of view होगा. लेकिन
हाँ हाँ
you
लेकिन
tell us
लॉजिक भी तो होना चाहिए ना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में just because he's been picked he should play all 3 matches. श्रेयस अय्यर को नहीं मिल रहा है वहां पे खेलने
must
को.
be Chahal's fan. He must be Chahal's fan.
He's
But see, you
everybody's
tell
fan.
me कि
But my
you
point
tell
is,
me
well, Yuzvendra
क्या
Chahal.
possible reasons हो सकते हैं?
नहीं, like I said, I don't know क्या possible reason हो सकते हैं. He's been taken there. He should have been given a game. The fact that I still think अभी कुछ भरोसा नहीं है कि हमने केएल राहुल को बोल दिया कि उनको नहीं मालूम है. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं कि टीम शीट गलत है. फर्स्ट ओडीआई में यही हुआ था. टीम शीट गलत थी. उन्होंने डिलीट मार के दोबारा टीम शीट भेज दी थी. और मुझे नहीं पता कि दोनों टीम शीट में क्या डिफरेंस था. I seriously मैंने दोनों टीम शीट क्यों खोल के देखी मुझे डिफरेंस नहीं दिख गया कि जो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है बीसीसीआई का उसमें टीम शीट को पहले डिलीट मार दिया गया था. फर्स्ट टी20 के लिए था फर्स्ट ओडीआई के लिए था. आई डोंट नो. आई थिंक फर्स्ट टी20 के लिए था.
T20, हाँ.
एंड देन दे सेंड अनदर टीम शीट और मैंने दोनों टीम शीट को खोल के देखा. बाय चांस जो डिलीट होने के बावजूद मेरी फर्स्ट टीम शीट डाउनलोड हो गई थी तो आई वाज लाइक वॉच दोनों को मैंने कंपेयर करके देखा. मुझे नहीं समझ आया क्या डिफरेंस था. सो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है कि चहल खेल रहे हो और उन्होंने टीम शीट गलत बना दी हो. सो मतलब सिर्फ प्लेयर्स को थोड़े वहां नहीं होना है. बहुत लोग हैं जिनको वहां नहीं होने का मन है. बट लुक चहल इज नॉट प्लेइंग. इट डजंट मेक सेंस कि आप उसको लेकर गए हो. सारे मैचेस नहीं लेकिन आपको एक आध मैच तो खिलाना चाहिए था. इफ आई एम चहल मैं घर आके रिटायरमेंट ले लूंगा यार. बिकॉज यू टेकन मी देयर. कोई खिलाया नहीं है पिछले 2 साल से. आप मुझे मतलब आपने मुझे नेट प्रैक्टिस के लिए लेकर जा रहे हो मुझे सिर्फ. तो देयर इज नो पॉइंट. मैंने पहले भी कहा था टी20 सीरीज के शो में और उससे पहले भी मैंने कहा था चहल्स करियर हैज हिट अ वॉल. Yeah, watch his record in South Africa, then talk. That was in 2018. We are in 2023. Go watch the calendar and then talk. मतलब क्या आदमी है यार ये. Bloody gets personal for no
But
reason.
yeah, but
That was in
then okay.
2018. That was in 2018. उसके बाद 2 ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप हो चुके हैं. 2 टी20 वर्ल्ड कप हो चुके हैं. पता नहीं कौन सी दुनिया में रहते
No,
हैं लोग. I mean his record might be ठीक है. तो मतलब ऐसे तो बहुत लोगों का रिकॉर्ड है ना साउथ अफ्रीका में. और रिटायरमेंट से बाहर ले आते हैं लोगों को. उनको भी खिला देते हैं साउथ अफ्रीका में.
But then, I want to understand this point. Jamie, Taos, help me understand this, and also Chetan, कि आप जब players को लेकर जाते हैं, obviously
That's
इस
what I'm saying.
series में, you know,
हाँ, so I was just talking about Chahal that his career has hit an inexplicable roadblock. ठीक है. आप उनके साथ बहुत इल ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे हो. 21 में जब टी20 वर्ल्ड कप हुआ यूएई में he had a very good second half of the IPL and you could have made a change late into your squad and included him. Didn't happen. That was really unfair on him. Then he had a very good IPL. Despite the fact that RCB let him go, he had a good IPL for Rajasthan Royals. Then आप उसको T20 वर्ल्ड कप के लिए लेके गए. और ये मैंने पहले भी कहा है कि रोहित शर्मा doesn't trust युजवेंद्र चहल's bowling style as much. Lekin since then, you know, he's been performing at a decent level, and IPL performances matter the most. So his career has hit a roadblock. He needs a very exceptional domestic tournament. Syed Mushtaq Ali ho, Vijay Hazare ho, या फिर IPL ho.
Yeah.
You know, he needs a very exceptional tournament for selectors to say, you know what, we've actually given this guy a very raw deal. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen this year, और वो मुझे होता हुआ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है because they've already said or they are already giving hints कि okay, you know what, Ravi Bishnoi and Kuldeep Yadav are our go-to spinners at the moment. So unless and until he picks 30 wickets in the IPL with 2 days before the T20 World Cup selection, Chahal's international career is not going anywhere. It is unfair to an extent. Like in Indian cricket, you have so many options, and
Exactly. You have.
and just last sentence I would say here, ki I know it's been unfair on him. 21 was unfair on him. 22 to a degree has been unfair on him. But 2019 में जो learning हुई थी, and this is for Ravi Shankar. 2019 में जो Indian team ने learn किया था कि they cannot play two wrist spinners in white ball, any white ball format. एक wrist spinner की अगर जगह बन रही है, they are clearly preferring Kuldeep, and Kuldeep has performed. Kuldeep
Exactly,
has
he
performed.
has. Yeah.
It's not like सूर्य कुमार यादव और संजू सैमसन जिसमें एक फॉर्मेट में परफॉर्म कर रहा है, एक फॉर्मेट में परफॉर्म कर रहा है, तो आप क्वेश्चन मार्क बना रहे हो. This is the one spot where somebody is performing better with the opportunities given. So he's been unlucky, and at the same time there has been a better bowler than him to take that spot.
Just give me 1.5 minutes. Just to add on that. Look, also Kuldeep and Chahal, they lack in batting, right? So when you have two wrist spinners, who Chetan rightly said, after that match 4.5 years ago at Old Trafford, when that Jodi was thrown out, they had to look for spinners who could bat. So I'm not surprised that saw the return of Akshar, that saw the return of Washington Sundar. Dusri baat kya hai, when you have to choose, you're going to pick the one which is done. And I've got the stats. The last time, Jan of last year, when Yuzvendra Chahal played all three T20Is, he had a strike rate of 87 and an average of 73.5. Forget the economy of 5. Economy is not that important. He got in South Africa when India were beaten 3-0. He played all three T20 one days, took 2 wickets, and
tag Ravi Shankar here with the stats.
I'm telling you. So I'm coming to your defense. 18 mein jo hua, that's too far back to go, right?
Exactly, right?
The last time, a little under 2 years ago, the last time Chahal played outside of India, he bowled 29 overs, took just 2 wickets, major red flag there. His average was 73.5 and his strike rate was 87. On that basis, I think that's why he's not playing this series. But unfair wali baat is bilkul correct. Also, I don't know the logic of taking him to this series because I think the team has moved beyond the 32-year-old wrist spinner when it comes to ODIs. You can argue the unfair bit, but I'll say, what's the logic of taking him there? Right?
Yeah. No, that's right. And in fact, when you take a player, the player generally expects to be a part of at least one match. Now, you're taking a player, you're not even giving a single match to the player. It's unfair for that player as well. And I'm not talking just about Chahal. I'm talking about any other player in this team. Because in this series, I'm not talking about any other series. I'm particularly talking about this series. In this series, each and every player has got at least one chance to play a match. We saw Rinku Singh making his debut in the last match. In today's match, Rajat Patidar has got a chance. So somewhere or the other, the Indian team also knows that we have the area to give chance to some players, because this is not a series that will create some different level of impact. They know this is a series that they have to play with South Africa. That's that. I believe Taus has a point to make. Yes, Taus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm talking about the statistics, what Jamie Bhai and Chetan is saying. I mean, on this day, maybe a KL Rahul won't look at look at the statistics of 2018 or 2023 as a captain. It also depends on the liking and the disliking of the captain. यहाँ पर या nets में किस तरह से perform कर रहे हैं, किस तरह से deliver कर रहे हैं, whether he's impressed with Chahal on that particular day or day before the nets, like या उनको वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, or maybe he has that conservative mindset of containing more than wicket taking. We know like this guy is a leg spinner, he has the ability to take wickets, he might be useful. 2018 में जो कमाल किया था साउथ अफ्रीका में, वो कर सकते हैं, वो स्टैटिस्टिक देखकर हम जज कर रहे हैं उनको. मगर यहाँ पर कैप्टन may not be impressed with this guy. He might be wanting a deep batting order, maybe an Akshar Patel who can do the trick, followed by the number 7 Washington Sundar, or if he wants to play him in the middle order somewhere. तो यहाँ पर विजन नहीं है इस वक्त करंट सिचुएशन की. एग्जैक्टली व्हाट केएल राहुल वांट्स इन द प्लेइंग लाइनअप. He is not exactly impressed with Yuzvendra Chahal, and he doesn't want somebody who will give away runs. Right now, series is hanging 1-1. So मुझे लगता है this guy is more orthodox, more conservative, not orthodox, but more conservative in his approach. कि भाई आप कंटेन करो, ज्यादा से ज्यादा रोक के रखो इन बैट्समैन को, रन्स मत दो, हमारे लिए चेज या हमारे लिए बैटिंग डिफेंड करना इजियर हो जाएगा. क्योंकि विकेट्स फास्ट बॉलर के लिए होने वाली है और विकेट ज्यादा से ज्यादा स्लिप होगी इस लेग स्पिनर के हाथों से. सो these guys, off spinners, left arm spinner हो या right arm spinner, they have more control on their bowling rather than a leg spinner who might go for more runs than than giving taking those wickets.
Yeah, well, if we talk about this match, then South Africa's 11 is unchanged. We have the same playing 11 as we saw in the last match. One name that impressed everyone and who got the limelight that day was Tony DeZorzi. Chetan, what do you have to say about this player? Because this player alone made South Africa win the match against India in the second ODI. Also, there's some youngsters in this team who have impressed, and also I want to know about Aiden Markram's captaincy.
Look, first of all, Dezorsi की बात करते हैं. उन्होंने, I think that was his fourth ODI, and that was his
Yes,
first
that
50
was
plus
fourth.
score, and he just really went on. He was in good
Yeah.
nick. His highest was 28 before that, so he just went on and scored a good 100, and I think that was really nice 100 because इससे पहले 2 या 3 ODI में साउथ अफ्रीका ये 120 पार नहीं कर पा रहे थे. ठीक है,
Right.
उन्होंने किसी भी, I think the third ODI was stretching back to 22, 21, 22, something like that. Last 2 ODI is the first ODI and the World Cup ODI. Yeah. उससे पहले का जो एक ODI था, I think that was in Delhi. Rishabh Pant was captain in that 5-match series, if I remember correctly. So South Africa was having a really bad run with the bat against India, so that was good from that sense. And also he got some confidence going. I was speaking to a South African radio channel on just before this ODI series began, and we were discussing about कि ठीक है, India का क्या perspective है, but from an Indian perspective, how do we look at South Africa? And I said the same thing, and I'm going to tell you the same thing as well. कि right now, South Africa has a very good core group of players who are maturing at the same level, whether it's with the bat or with the ball. They have a really good mix of players, and you have to look at what is coming ahead. 4 years down the line, there is a World Cup in home conditions. So what they need to do is they have a core group of players and they need a support app. आपके पास वो 7-8 प्लेयर हैं, आपको सिर्फ 7 या 8 और प्लेयर ढूंढने हैं ऐसे, और आपके पास 4 साल है. So I think every series that they play at home, whether it's white ball cricket, whether it's T20 international, ODI international, SA20, they are going to get those names come up, and they should have that one target in mind कि 4 साल बाद जो ODI World Cup है, we need to go one better. They're playing in home. This is a very nice core group of players, and they can add some really good support players. Marco Jensen, Gerard Kudzia, I think is a fantastic bowler.
Yeah.
Lizard Williams, I'm very impressed with Lizard Williams. So, maybe they need one more spinner, somebody who can support Keshav Maharaj going ahead. I don't know. I'm not very impressed with Tabrez Shamsi. He's neither here nor there.
Okay.
So they just need to have that good group of players who can take that one step ahead in 27 home World Cup. It is very much possible. So, yeah, and I think, and I really do believe Aiden Markram is the guy to lead them. जो उन्होंने SRH के लिए दिखाया उसको आप छोड़ दो. When he's representing Sunrisers Hyderabad in a home tournament, he's representing Sunrisers in a home tournament in the SA20, he led them to victory. IPL में वो आपको मैनेजमेंट इंटरफेरेंस मिल रही होगी, SA20 में आपको मैनेजमेंट इंटरफेरेंस नहीं मिली, because मैनेजमेंट इंडिया से उठ के साउथ अफ्रीका नहीं गया. They were given a free hand over there. And the moment he was given a free hand, he delivered a trophy. Right.
Exactly.
So I have seen this guy when he was 17, since he was 17 years old. I'm not surprised he's leading South Africa. 2018 में कोई कहेगा कि उनके stats देख लो captaincy के. नहीं, that was too early. It is now that he's coming into his own as a leader, as a batter, and I think he is the right white ball leader. In fact, even in test matches, but उसको छोड़ दो एक मिनट के लिए. I think he's the right leader to plan for 27 going ahead.
No, this team is a really good team because we have some really good players in this team. Reza Hendricks there, then Klassen's there, Miller is there, obviously Aiden Markram, and in the last match we saw how DeZorzi played. So it's going to be interesting match today where they'll be playing against India. Let's again have a look at India's playing 11, and Taus will talk about India's 11 for a bit now, because in the last match we didn't see good bowling performance, we didn't see good batting performance. Now, of all these 11 players, if we pick one bowler, Arshdeep Singh performed really well in the first ODI. He picked a fifer in the last ODI as well. He performed quite nicely. But apart from Arshdeep Singh, won't judge Arshdeep too much in this series. Apart from Arshdeep Singh, is there any player who impressed you in this series?
I'm waiting for Mukesh Kumar to do something extraordinary here. He's been there for quite a while, but I haven't seen him do much what I don't know what he's capable of right now. I mean bowler see it's been a batsman series अभी तक 2 मैच ही तो हुई है तो इसमें आप exactly कैसे judge करें. Washington Sundar just came in. Akshar Patel hasn't done really well. So Arshdeep, basis on his last match performance, is something like quite a revelation. So quite an interesting way. So I mean today is the moment where these guys can show at least Arshdeep can show his consistency right now. Whether he's capable was that
Yeah.
one off or a fluke that that 5 wicket haul came in, or his ability to deliver in consistently. So that is something I'm waiting for. Baki, I mean, this series has been more about the dominance, I was like, I'm pretty impressed by that Tony De Zorzi. What a batsman, yaar. What an attacking batsman. I mean, even if you see him in the nets, so convincing, so good to watch. Mix. This guy was saying mix of Chris Gale, Ravi Shankar, Chris Gale,
And
and
yeah, he was
Andrew
saying.
Simons. Yeah, Andrew Simon. But I find him like he is on his own. Yeah, he will make a name for himself. And South Africa, this is Chetan. Exactly what he said. This is the moment. Exactly now they should start building for 2027. They're playing at home. These youngsters, Aiden Markham and Gerald Koji and Zorzi, very important for them to make that group, make that core group of South Africa and dominate and at least go and win some World Cup, at least one World Cup for South Africa. And this is the best time 2020. They should start the preparation right now. For India right now, we are just playing this. This is an inconsequential series again. Individual players should come and perform in this. Look for the Champions Trophy and the IPL, upcoming IPL.
Yeah, this inconsequential series, as people are saying, can turn into something fruitful if players, take up this opportunity and put up their skills up front and play well. But let's talk about today's match. Lastly, Jamie, as we all know that South Africa have won the toss and they've opted to field first. What will be a good score on this pitch? Because we'll see Indian batters coming up pretty soon.
I mean, it's been an utterly bowler dominated series. You've got totals of 116 and 211. It just says how tough batting has been. एक मैच में अर्शदीप 5 ले गए, दूसरे में उसी में आवेश 4 ले गए, and second match I think Berger got 3. So it's been a bowling dominated series. Obviously जब target 211 है और आप सिर्फ 2 wicket खोते हो, तो the chances of one guy getting half the runs are very high. Hats off to Tony De Zorzi for doing that. But if you look at the trend in this series, probably we won't get another high-scoring total because, okay, it's only 3 matches. The conditions move, but the mindset of the players right now, South Africa in the first match, their confidence was smashed. I mean, who thought they'd be like 59 for 7 or something, right? Now they came back, but that day the target was only 212. So frankly, I think given the injuries that India is facing, given the perhaps Tony Zorzi को छोड़ के there'll be some doubts. Look at someone like Reza Hendricks. कितने साल से हम कह रहे भाई ये कब आएगा, लेकिन जब तक तेम्बा बबूमा रहेंगे तो Hendricks नहीं खेलेंगे, right? So someone like him, he got a good, I think 52 odd, but he's going to have doubts कि भाई जब ये आएंगे तो क्या मैं खेलूंगा. So again, if you look at just the 2 matches in 4 days, the batsmen have clearly been the ones which have struggled more. So I expect another bowling dominated match. Maybe we might get to 240, 250. It might, again, like I said, I don't know what the highest scored Paarl is. I don't know what the average score kya hai. But looking at the mindset and the lack of confidence in both teams batting, I don't see a high scoring match.
Well, let's see what happens in today's match. But
Rajat Patidar is
to give
opening the innings.
yes,
जबकि वो team sheet में Sanju Samson was written. So, like I said, it was not just KL Rahul's fault that he said that. So, किसी और ने
Yes,
किसी और ने बनाई है.
Well, yes, Sai Sudarshan's gonna open with the Rajat Patidar. That's gonna be interesting. Let's see what happens in match, and we'll see you guys after the end of the first innings. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining with us in this live session.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।